rain keeps on coming. I guess it'll be like this for a while, although it says it's supposed to be partly cloudy and sunny tomorrow. Yesterday I actually got a lot of insight from people who actually don't fly drones, just to see what their kind of general thought about it was. I learned a lot of interesting stuff, which I'll get back into a little later. And those filters are being shipped still. Seems like it's still in Los Angeles, but it's getting here. I was even thinking when it gets here, maybe I'll try that app. I think the problem with a lot of those apps in terms of determining what filter to use is if you're doing it in the ground level here, it wouldn't work as well once you go up in the air. So you'd have to literally fly it up there, get the reading, and then come back down. So I think it's a little bit more productive to actually just get used to it, like after you fly a bit, so you kind of understand which one's good in which situations and all that. You could say just point the camera upwards, but actually when you turn like the Mavic on, like with the gimbal, because it's a 3-axis gimbal, if you turn it upwards, the gimbal will go back down, so it actually won't face the bottom, unless someone has a solution for that. Seems like with drone news, there was something around here about people using it to drop stuff in prisons again, I guess things like cigarettes and all that. But with the CES 2018 almost over, or pretty much it's over for the most part, I guess this drone kind of caught my attention just because of the shape of it. It's called like the Evo, and I guess for most people they'll say it's basically like a Mavic Pro. From what I gather from watching this video, it seemed like one of the main differences is it has sensors everywhere, like from behind. The camera looks really huge too in comparison. I'm guessing it shoots probably like a better quality video, although that's just an assumption. I haven't seen this thing in action or anything like that. But one of the things that stuck out to my mind on this is just reading people's comments. It seems like the immediate reaction from most people is when it comes to stuff like this, they immediately just say, oh, it's a Mavic Pro clone. They're like, it sucks. That's it. It makes me wonder, is that how people in the drone community react usually when they see like a new product? As long as it looks like something, then it's automatically bad, if that makes sense. I mean, just generally speaking, don't people want more drones to be out there? Like more companies making them, as long as they're good? Like regardless of what it, I guess, quote, looks like. And here in BC, apparently a story came up of somebody using a drone to drop things like drugs and tobacco in prisons. It says here the estimated value of the drugs and tobacco is $26,500. At that value, it always makes me wonder if they actually drop that much stuff, or is it just that's the quote market value for people in prisons. Although funny enough, one thing that caught my attention about this news story is the presentation around it. Again, with the pictures of the drones, like if people see this is what they probably assume that people will use. But it says here like this one, I was like, there's no way they had this one, right? It had like a GoPro and everything like that. It says a drone is demonstrated by the Brigham City, Utah in this February 13, 2014. So it's a file photo. Makes me wonder if stuff like this makes people more terrified of drones just by showing them these huge stuff all the time. This is not usually what people fly, like for recreational and stuff anyways. Who knows what those guys actually dropped as well. That store should be almost officially closed now too. Makes me wonder how empty or destroyed it is by now. Still has the employees' names on them too. How about some water test with this thing? This will be interesting with the different modes. Kind of interesting how right in the center is the hottest point. Actually makes me wonder if you threw like say something like a chest or something like that down there, whether or not this could detect it. So about yesterday, it was kind of interesting because I was meeting all these different people, and some people, they're just interested in creating things like videos. It was interesting because a lot of them actually, they've heard of drones, but they haven't really seen, I guess, the footage in the outdoors that much, like here in BC, even though I go hiking and stuff all the time whenever I can to capture the footage. And it was really interesting because I don't usually get to see people's reactions when they see the drone videos. My hope is that people connect with it emotionally or artistically. And it was so great seeing all these people when they reacted the first time, like, oh my god. Some of them even had examples saying things like, this makes Canada look so beautiful. And some people don't even believe that the image I captured was actually from here. I believe one lady said she thought it was like straight from Hawaii or something like that. What's interesting about that is after people saw that, being amazed emotionally and all that, they basically wanted to invite me to fly the drone at certain places to capture footage. Like one lady, she was saying maybe around the Stanley Park area, and I was like, you can't do that. And she's like, what? Not even 20 meters, for example, just to capture a basic thing? I'm like, nope, can't do that. And it was at that moment where she even said something along the lines of, that's ridiculous, like in terms of the regulations. And it just made me think how, in terms of things like videos and stuff, I think it just needs to be brought out there more. You can see most people, when they connect with something in that way, then afterwards they'll start rethinking about the regulations, because at first most people will be like, oh yeah, safety, you're right. But afterwards when people see what you can create, realizing that they're taking that away from people when they can be perfectly safe, that's when people want to, I don't know, have more of a hands-on input in it, in my opinion. So it's better that way. All right, let's try something to edit on this rainy day. All right, see you guys later.